Moderation is everything. Your health first, always. A message from the Reasta Foundation in partnership with Flo Dominica.
Roots Rock Bar and Grill presents Reggae Night Wednesday, each and every Wednesday, featuring selected urban and special guest DJs, 9 p.m. till very late. Drink specials, Roots Rock Bar and Grill in Tata. See you there.
Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but your business doesn't have to be. In the face of adversity, you need a partner that goes above and beyond. Choose the path of resilience and certainty with CNW Business. Through disaster recovery as a strategy solution, CNW Business will safeguard your critical data, maintain seamless communication channels, and help you bounce back faster than ever before. Visit our website, cwcbusiness.com/myopenbusiness to learn more. Remember, a safe business is an open business.
Living in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB. Every week, promotions and interviews with new entrepreneurs, successful small business owners, industry experts, consumers, and thought leaders, all sharing their knowledge and experiences, celebrating the innovative ideas, hard work, and resilience that define our Nature Isle small businesses, sharing their knowledge and experiences in investing, producing, processing, costing, pricing, marketing, shipping, managing their finances, customer relations, and everything in between. Only on Q95, the big station.
We have to buy local in this country, supporting local, for boost the economy. We're chasing local, the best remedy to protect white people police.
Don't sleep, wake up. Kalaya money. Wake up. Kalaya money. Wake up.
And good afternoon. I mean, it is 1 minute past the hour of 4 p.m. And of course, it's the most interactive and engaging hour right here on Q95 FM radio. And of course, we're here with another episode of the NISBB program, brought to you compliments Archipelago Trading Agents for Beacon Insurance Limited. And of course, it's always a pleasure to be your host. I am Phillip Involvement. For those of you who don't know who I am, and of course, those of you joining us on the Facebook Live, good afternoon to you. And those of you joining us via radio, good afternoon. Those of you now heading home from work, we hope you guys had a great day and hope you will be engaged and informed by this episode right here on Q95.
Let me see you.
And remember, the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz program, the platform provided for entrepreneurs here on Island, up and coming. And we're all discussing for the year 2024. It's all about economic empowerment and financial independence. And of course, we are happy. And those of you joining us on the Facebook Live, we have a guest in studio. And as always, we try to be as diverse as possible in terms of keeping you informed about everything entrepreneurship here in Dominica. And we're placing a strong focus on the young people. But before we allow our guests to introduce themselves, we're going to take a short break from our sponsors. And once again, don't forget that the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz program is brought to you compliments Archipelago Trading Agents for Beacon Insurance Limited.
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call Archipelago Trading at 448-5247 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
believing in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., only on Q95, the big station, empowering entrepreneurs from small to tall. Insights, inspiration, and expert advice to help our small businesses realize their immense potential to grow and flourish and take their rightful vital place in our economy. Let's help our small businesses go global, only on Q95, the big station.
We have to buy local in this country, supporting local, for boost the economy, purchasing local, the best remedy to propel white people believe.
And we are back right here. And those of you joining us on the Facebook Live, it is another episode of the NISBB program. And those of you joining us via radio, of course, welcome. And of course, we do hope that you will be informed and engaged as much as possible. And today we have a guest in studio, and you may have heard of the institution. It's a very popular institution here in Ireland. It focuses on empowering young persons in the entrepreneurial area right here in Dominica. And we're gonna say good afternoon to our guests in studio. Good afternoon, Mr. Rolle. Welcome to the studios of Q95 FM Radio. How are you doing?
Hey, good afternoon, Phillip. Let me just say a special good afternoon to all of your listeners on the NISBB program. This afternoon, I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here and happy to be given this opportunity to spread some good news.
Definitely. And of course, we filmed the entire year of 2024 as focusing on young people and economic empowerment and financial independence from a young person's perspective. And you are from, well, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself, but tell our listeners to really get put into perspective the path of the conversation this afternoon. Who are you, and the organization that you represent?
Okay. All right. So good afternoon once again. My name is Phillip Rolle. I am the current coordinator of the Dominica Youth Business Trust. I'm also the deputy speaker of the House of Assembly. But for this afternoon, I am focusing on the DYBT and youth entrepreneurship. And that is where a large part of my passion lies. At the DYBT, what we really do is that we focus on empowering young entrepreneurs. And, we target young entrepreneurs between the ages of 18 to 35. And, it could be someone who either in business or desirous of starting a small business.
Yes, and of course, we would like to say kudos to you and your team. We have seen the amazing work that DYBT continues to do right here in Dominica. And of course, you guys play a very important role in terms of sparking economic activity, especially for young persons. So let's really look at DYBT, for example. Let's talk about the mission and the vision of DYBT.
Okay, so before I get into the mission and vision, let me just say that I'm happy that you've been able to see our work, because just this morning I was telling a group of persons, unfortunately, DYBT is one of Dominica's best kept secrets. And, it's an unfortunate thing that, there's something that has been put in place for young people that still, we still trying our best to gain traction to get to young people. And I'm happy that you said that you've seen, because what I have been doing a lot of lately and what our team has been doing a lot of is the promotion and trying to get entrepreneurs, young people where they are, which is, largely on social media.
That is true, yes.
So in terms of our vision, our mission statement is to empower youth in realizing their entrepreneurial potential by facilitating access to finance, technical and social assistance geared towards the development of viable small businesses, thereby contributing to the growth and development of the national economy. And, our focus is fourfold. Training is extremely important. Training, I could say, is, a major part of what we do at DYBT, because, we believe that if someone drops $30,000 in your lap today,
Yeah.
yes, you might use that money, but for the sustainability and longevity of the business, if you don't have the knowledge, the business acumen required, then it becomes very difficult for you to utilize those funds in the best possible way. So we believe that training is extremely important. We also have a loan guarantee facility whereby we guarantee loans of up to $20,000 for our clients, and we also have do mentorship, business mentorship, as well as in-office consultations. But I think that's just a brief. I don't want to get into too much talking too early.
Yes. So our listeners at this point and viewers on the Facebook Live may have really got the picture of DYBT, and I mean, of course, DYBT, of course, plays an important role, as I said, and really attracting young people and really being out there, utilizing various platforms that they utilize as much as possible is important to really bring them towards the programs that you guys offer. So during the mission of DYBT really focuses, well, two words that really got my attention: young people and economic activity and empowerment. So how does DYBT envision contributing to the economic development and empowerment of young entrepreneurs?
Well, I would say that we have, in terms of our vision, I think I would like to let our track record speak
Yes.
for itself. We have been in operation since 2004. This was
Oh,
a
wow.
program that came about as a result of the government of Dominica, as well as the Commonwealth Youth Program. And so this program started in 2004, which means this year we're actually celebrating our 20th year of existence. And in those 20 years, I mean, we've been able to train in excess of 1,500 young people. Now, it's not to say that you're going to look and see 1,500 businesses, but entrepreneurship is different. And success to me means not just a person starting a business, but a person finding a job, a person being more confident. All of these elements I consider to be success. But in terms of what we've been able to do, I mean, there are a lot of young entrepreneurs that I can call off the top of my head. You must be familiar with Big G's pepper sauce.
Yes.
You know, that's one of the entrepreneurs that we have worked with. And what we envision is seeing them operating, seeing these young entrepreneurs in the supermarket, seeing these young entrepreneurs becoming household names and exporting into different countries. So, that is what we want to see. That's what we envision DYBT to be, is, this kind of economic driver. And, we've seen it. We've seen, I could be here for the next maybe 2 hours going through entrepreneurs that have gone through and have been able to do good things. And, there are many more right now who are coming on and saying, yeah, I want this. I want this training. I want this mentorship. I want to be able to access the loan guarantee so that I can get into my business or expand my existing business. So I guess you could say the vision is to be, or what we envision is to really be the number one organization when a young person thinks about starting a business.
Wow. And of course, I too can really add my voice to really highlighting some of these entrepreneurs. I mean, some small businesses we had right here on this program really benefited from the programs that DYBT offers. Even some persons out there that we're trying to reach as much as possible as well. But before we really go deep into some of the programs and services that DYBT offers to young persons, let's look at the challenges. I mean, we have to look at the challenges first before we know exactly where to go on what particular issue. So what are the most common challenges faced by young entrepreneurs in Dominica, or let's just say young persons before, they decide that they want to be an entrepreneur?
I think what I've observed, the two main challenges that we've really seen is, one, there is the financial component of it. And when I speak to financial, I speak about entrepreneurs not taking the proper records.
Yeah.
So you don't have the proper records now. You're trying to face a financial institution for some type of financing, and you can experience a few blocks that can be frustrating. That is definitely a challenge. The record keeping component of it. What I've noticed right now is costing and pricing is also a big issue, especially given the fact that you have increased prices of raw materials from supermarkets, etc. And you have entrepreneurs right now who don't necessarily know how to pass on that cost to the consumer. Because here it is, I sell you this bottle of water.
Yeah.
Now, if I sell it to you at $2.50, right? And tomorrow I tell you it's $3, you come now to me and you making noise with me because it's a direct relationship between the consumer and the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
However, if you go to a supermarket and you see that this is $3, you're making no noise, really and truly. You just pick up the bottle. So, there's a challenge in, entrepreneurs being able to look at costing and pricing, especially right now, the record keeping part of it. So that financial aspect is a challenge. The other aspect that I've noticed with entrepreneurs is that there's an issue with marketing. There's too many times you see randomly this business pop up, and you say, wow, this is great. You probably buy it at an expo. Wow, this is great. And then you don't see them again. Their presence is not felt necessarily on social media, a lot of them. So, and a sustained presence on social media, because, sometimes you start off your Facebook page, you're posting, and then, it fizzles out. So the marketing now affects your sales, because if I'm not seeing your product, it's not in my eyes, I'm not seeing it, then, it's now harder for me to buy. So people tend to think that, business and a lot of things going on in business now is an economic issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily an economic issue. There are a lot of different factors, but, people put their hands up in the air and say, it's an economic issue. But there are a lot of other factors, just like what I'm saying, the marketing of it, being in the right places, the networking, that is a challenge that they face. And so we've been, trying to support and help, lessen some of these challenges that the entrepreneurs face.
And I mean, I of course have seen these issues, especially entrepreneurs. One of their main challenges, like you said, I mean, marketing is always an area that we ask them about and say, how have you been really utilizing the digital space for marketing to reach a wider audience? And it's kind of challenging that majority of them don't actually have a social media presence. But while you highlighted the challenges, I want to throw this question at you one time. How has the DYBT been able to assist entrepreneurs in really overcoming these challenges?
Okay, so that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I can speak to that. So like I said, marketing and being in front of the right people is a challenge. So just last year in December, we undertook an activity for the first time called a caterer showcase, right? Whereby we pulled together a list of caterers, and we set up shop at the Prevost Cinema, and we had the caterers come and display their products and have samples. And we also wrote to over 60 government departments and private sector institutions to come and be able to interact, but most importantly, taste the food. Because initially we were thinking, let's just send them a list of entrepreneurs who are involved in catering. But that would not have had the impact as compared to you picking up an item and tasting it and saying, wow, this tastes good and this looks nice. So what we're trying to do and what we've done is try to facilitate the connections between different stakeholders and the entrepreneurs. So that is something that it was small. We had just about 8 entrepreneurs, but it was impactful.
Wow.
Because here it is, you're exposing these 8 to 60 plus potential customers that, the ball is now in their court for them to network and try to secure business. So what we really want to do a bit more of is facilitating those connections between entrepreneurs and consumers. Once again, marketing being an issue, and putting them in a position so that they are able to promote themselves. Because yes, the social media is one thing, and they have different organizations, but you know I guess everybody's trying to do their part. So
Yeah.
that's kind of us doing our part. With respect to the challenge of bookkeeping, um, we have really strengthened our existing training programs as far as bookkeeping, costing, and pricing is concerned. We are also in the process of putting together a webinar which speaks to costing and pricing, as well as the whole issue of raising your price and how you go
Yeah.
about doing it and making sure you do it properly. So we are putting together a webinar on that, that we will probably do a bit later this year, probably in the third quarter.
Wow. And of course, DYBT continues to really create innovative ways to really support entrepreneurs and these challenges that they continue to face on a daily basis. And that also, brings us to the question as to the services and programs that you guys offer. So, really give us a brief overview of some of the programs and services that DYBT offers.
Okay, so like I said, training is extremely important. Right now, we offer two main training programs.
Yeah.
Our first training program is called the Entrepreneurial Development Program, and this is a 1 month training program geared towards persons who either have a business idea or you're in the very early stages of your business. So it's sort of an incubator type program. That program, it's 1 month, so it's intense from 8 to 4 every day.
Wow.
It's an intense program, but it really helps you understand your business idea. There are sessions where persons have to create their market surveys, go out into the market and do the research, come back and report on the research. Because what tends to happen, people say, they see something, they say, yeah, man, I can work. Yeah, man, I'm going to try that. And without doing any type of research, they jump into a business. Friends tell you, yeah, man, that can work, man. Yeah, man, I support you.
Yeah.
Buy from you twice, 3 times. And then, soon after the business goes down. And you're wondering why. And then you start blaming all kind of things. You start blaming economy, government, this and that. But really and truly, it's just because there was not enough market research done. And sometimes what tends to happen to people is what you think people want sometimes cannot be what they want. And that is something that we have seen in our training programs, whereby entrepreneurs come in with one idea. When they do their market research, they realize that the product that they had put on the back burner is what the people want.
Yeah.
So that is a critical part of the program. We also go into costing and pricing, marketing, and the development of a business plan is very important. So the development of the business plan is happening throughout the entire 4 weeks. So much so to tell you how intense the program is. And I say intense not to intimidate, but
Yeah.
when I say intense, it's a serious thing, So the first week of the program is a residential style, whereby we are up at Cabritz for an entire week. The first week focuses on soft skills, because if I can't talk to you and you can't talk to me, then you could imagine how hard business will be later down the line, and how you communicate, how you respond to conflict, and things like that. So you have to look at the soft skills, and then for the following 3 weeks, you go into more technical skills. So that's one training program. We also have the Small Business Assistance Facility. Now, this is a 3-day training program geared towards existing businesses. Now, if we had to make it a month, it would be very hard to get entrepreneurs who are in their business already to say, let me leave this alone, let me go in a training program for a month. They might ask who's paying them. So we've truncated it. It's three days. It was 3 half days, but we've really added to the program, and that's what I think is part of our strength, in that we are very responsive. We try to keep our programs very current. So just the EDP I was mentioning there, that program happened in March, and this year we added for the first time a program, a session in how do you integrate AI into business. So we're not leaving our entrepreneurs behind.
Yeah.
We keep it current. So with this small business assistance facility, it's 3 days.
Mhm.
Just recently, we reviewed the training pack and we decided that we wanted to make it more practical. Because too many times people go to trainings and they clap, yeah, man, but the
Yeah.
training was good. I learned so much. But in 3 months' time, when you look at did that person actually start implementing or even consider what the training was about, then you realize that there's a bit of disconnect. So what we decided to do this year is for the SBF, we are looking at a few more practical sessions. So we are being more practical with costing and pricing this year. Um, we're also doing a session on, well, we do it every year, but this year we decided to make it more practical, and that's on business continuity planning. We are in the hurricane season right now. This hurricane season is expected to be, unfortunately, a bit
Well, yeah.
more above average. So how do you, for those already in business continuity planning, how do you prepare for these things and be able to, God forbid that there's an event, be able to restart in the shortest possible time? So not just talking about it, but actually getting them involved and starting working on the framework for that. Some of the other sessions that we have include customer service, branding, marketing, uh, securing your future, where we invite um, a representative from Social Security as well as insurance companies to talk about the importance of that for an established entrepreneur. So for training right now, these are the two main programs that we offer. We do have a new project that we are working on right now, whereby we are going to target. It's a new training program where we're developing the curriculum right now, and we want to target more young men, more at-risk young men, and how do we ensure that it is a program that will ensure that we have maximum retention, because retention can be a challenge.
Yes.
So right now, I think tomorrow, Thursday, we have a meeting looking at the curriculum and how do we ensure that it is as engaging as possible. So that is training. We also have our loan guarantee facility. So once a person completes a training with us, they become a client. Now, when you become a client, you are afforded all of the other services that I'm now going to mention. So that includes the loan guarantee facility, whereby we secure loans of up to $20,000 for our clients. Now, what that means is that you as a young person, and the beautiful thing about it is this was something that government recognized way back in 2007.
Yeah.
That young people don't necessarily have land titles and collateral that will allow them to go to a financial institution and access a loan. So there's where we step in. We say, okay, once your business plan is approved, because there is an approval process, it's not do the training today and get $20,000 tomorrow. No, there is an approval process. There is a process by which you need to work towards developing your business plan. But at the end of it, once it is approved, we co-sign or we guarantee loans of up to $20,000 for our clients. And we work with partner financial institutions right now that include NDFD, Aid Bank, NCCU, CCCU, West Coast Credit Union, Granby Credit Union right now. So that's the loan guarantee facility.
Wow.
Two more services to go. I'm almost done. You see why I didn't want to talk too much at the beginning? Yeah, so we also have a mentorship program whereby we pair interested mentors with interested entrepreneurs with mentors. And with the mentorship program, what we've realized is that, just like regular life, if you have a mentor, you tend to be more successful. Mentorship is extremely important, especially for young entrepreneurs, because how did I say this nicely? Dominica is a hard place to fail.
Yeah.
Especially in business. People remember you as the one that cooled the business. You can start a new business and somebody remember the last business you cooled. So I say that to say that, having a mentor means that you get that one-on-one guidance. So there are certain questions that you may want to ask, but not have somebody to ask a particular question or want some advice. Sometimes we go to our friends and they're not necessarily the best persons who can advise us. So having a mentor and the mentorship program really helps in guiding the entrepreneurs along their journey, so that they can be more successful. And the final service that we offer is our in-office consultations. So after the training, we do have that aftercare support whereby we can assist entrepreneurs in working on their business plans. It can be working on financial projections. It's just that level of support that is provided from the office after the training. So yes, that's the services.
And of course, DYBT, it's a large number of services that you guys offer, and most of the guests that we have had right here on the NISBB program is we tend to ask them, have you really participated in any of these services that DYBT offers? And two things that really got my attention when you were speaking about the services offered is one, building resilience. I remember earlier this year I had this discussion before the hurricane season, and I'm like, what plan or mechanisms are there for your business in case a natural disaster strike? And to my surprise, no one even had a plan in place. And that's important that DYBT actually places focus on that. And number two would be gender equality, especially in the entrepreneurial area right here in Dominica. I mean, just last week we were discussing how can we actually had a guest who were focusing on baking, and we were like, how can we get young men to be in this area? Because it's, well, the societal mindset is that women are often found in the kitchen. But even prior to that, we also discussed ways in which we can really get men involved in programs in areas like these. And DYBT of course has their focus on every aspect of basically empowering young persons from an entrepreneurial perspective. And of course, all these programs, I was going to ask, how are these programs really meeting the needs or addressing the needs of young persons in Dominica? But I'm going to leave this question for you to really ponder in your mind while we take a short break from our sponsors. But if you want to call in, you can call in right now. Well, after the break, it's 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. And of course, you can reach us right here from overseas. The number are 305-432-9624. And feel free to drop your questions in the comment section on the Facebook Live. If you are not on our Facebook Live, please join our Facebook Live. That's Q95 FM Radio. And of course, we're going to take a short break to hear a few words from our sponsors. That's Archipelago Trading Agents for Beacon Insurance Limited.
35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call Archipelago Trading at 448-5247 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
Your home and business is in a mess. You need a cleaning agent that none can test. It's the clean, disinfect, deodorize, and sanitize. Long-lasting fragrance refreshes your entire home. If you're thinking of cleaning chrome and porcelain, no polyester and stainless steel, you need a cleaning agent that keeps it real and that's fast. Clean with the best. Not forgetting your clothes, sheets, and all fabrics. Tender fabrics softener has the extreme power. Make ironing easier and faster. So clean with the best. This is clean, tender and back. Clothes and walls, clean with the best. Kitchen towels and cabinets. Countertops and things. It's the cream, tender and back. Distributed by Fine Foods and sold island wide.
Friday, June 14th, the Creole Headband makes a date with the elderly on the big station Q95 FM from 11 a.m. Nigel Lawrence, President of the Dominica Council on Aging and past President and Elderly Advocate, La Gradin de la Chanson Ophelia, will address the importance, relevance, and concerns of senior citizens of our God blessed nation. Hosted by Prince Waddix and sponsored by Digicel, and will be live on the Q95 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel. Growing old is inevitable, but growing up is optional. The older the fiddle, the sweeter the tune. The elderly are young people who have been alive for a long time. Once a man, then twice a child. And everything is for a while. Nigel Lawrence and Dominica's Lady of Song Ophelia will sing the sounds of the elderly on the big station Q95 FM and this Friday, June 14th from 11 a.m. Creole Headband, connecting Dominica to its history. Creole Headband, a front row seat into the culture of Dominica.
KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. Cause I'm
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call Archipelago Trading at 448-5247 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
Come celebrate Father's Day at Eaststar Trading Limited from today until 15th June 2024. Enjoy 15% discount on the following items: Troy polo shirts, screwdriver set, spray car wax, wheel cleaner, tire shine, car shampoo, spray paint, XM ROMs 5-year, 10-year, and 15-year-old. Plus, check out our large range of products for the perfect gift for the perfect father in your life. Treat that special dad to a ready wrap gift or choose from a great selection of items at our supermarket or our appliance, furniture, and household department upstairs. And get a chance to take part in our Father's Day raffle to win one of the following. First prize, $300 voucher. Second prize, $200 voucher. Third, fourth, and fifth prizes, $100 voucher each. Simply spend $50 or more and write your father's name, address, and telephone number on your receipt and place it in the box provided for a chance to win. Visit Eaststar Trading Limited at the corner of Bayfront and Kennedy Avenue for all your Father's Day needs. We are making a difference for you. And the management and staff of Eaststar Trading Limited extends a happy advance Father's Day greetings to all fathers.
Exciting news from Sunrise Airways. Starting May 25th, we're expanding to the Eastern Caribbean with new service to St. Kitts, Antigua, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Enjoy round-trip fares starting as low as $199 US. Book now at sunriseairways.net or through your travel advisor. Experience the best in travel with Sunrise Airways. We fly to connect people. Book today.
I wanna drink Dominica best rum with you. I wanna drink, baby, Dominica best rum with you. Get the body, drink it every day. Give me energy, no right pepper way. Get the body, drink it every day. Give me energy, time to daily way. Okay, my body, my baby, push ready, full energy. My body, my baby, push ready, full energy. Okay, distributed by Belfast Estate Limited. Drink it, but don't
Living in the positive. Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB, every week. Promotions and interviews with new entrepreneurs, successful small business owners, industry experts, consumers, and thought leaders, all sharing their knowledge and experiences, celebrating the innovative ideas, hard work, and resilience that define our Nature Isle small businesses, sharing their knowledge and experiences in investing, producing, processing, costing, pricing, marketing, shipping, managing their finances, customer relations, and everything in between. Only on Q95, the big station.
We have to buy local in this country, supporting local, or boost the economy. Purchasing local, the best remedy to protect white people fully.
And we are back. Thank you so much for those of you who continue to, be tuned in or locked on one of those. And you logged into our Facebook page and our YouTube page. It's Q95 FM Radio. And of course, those of you now joining us, we are here discussing the programs and services offered by the Dominica Youth Business Trust. And of course, in studio, we have the coordinator of DYBT, Mr. Phillip Rolle. And before we went on a short break, we were discussing some of the services and programs that are offered by DYBT to young entrepreneurs here in Dominica. And now we really want to touch on, how do these programs prepare young persons for the challenges of starting and running their own business, as well as some of the skills that they gain from the programs that they participate in. So let's get started to this one. You choose which one you want to answer first.
Yeah, sure. In terms of how do we prepare entrepreneurs, I mean, our programs, like I said, we continue to, always reviewing, always listening to the feedback.
Yeah.
So what we've been trying to do over the last couple of years is really ensure that the program is as current as possible, and be able to provide the entrepreneurs with the skills. So like I mentioned, with respect to the business incubator type program, the EDP, that element where you have to go out and test your business idea, the whole soft skills element of it, it's called the achievement motivation training.
Yeah.
Knowing that is a big part of it as well. The now thrust into the technical skills required in terms of how do you get your business online, and by online, Facebook, it could be in Google Maps. So let's say you have a restaurant, for instance, in Dalis. You want to ensure that if a visitor is here and they search restaurants near me, that business pops up. So those are the things that we're trying to do, and the AI is a big thing because I am really trying my best to get integrated with the whole artificial intelligence thing. And quite frankly, I mean, for me personally, I use it every day, and that is what we want to introduce our entrepreneurs to, because at the end of the day, you can't be a master of everything. And here it is that you have programs that can help you make your work easier. So let's introduce you to it, and let's get you started on how do you use some of these things and the importance of these programs. In terms of the skills and that the entrepreneurs acquire, obviously they get the business management skills. We touch on things like negotiation and supervisory management, customer service, very important. What I've also noticed in terms of the skills that they acquire is the confidence. That's a big part of it, because you would see at the very beginning of certain programs that Entrepreneurs, some people very timid. When when they have to stand up and introduce themselves and their business idea,
Yeah.
they're very shy to do so. And then as the training progresses, you see that confidence building up, and public speaking to a certain extent, because at the end of the 1 month training program, we do host a competition whereby the entrepreneurs have to pitch their business ideas similar to Shark Tank. So it's one thing to write it on
Yeah.
paper, but to come and present that business plan in front of a panel of judges, it's a different experience, and it builds the confidence, and it builds the ability for public speaking, which are things that you need as a business owner. You've heard all the time people talk about the 30-second, the elevator pitch. If
Yeah.
you're stuck in an elevator with somebody for 30 seconds, what do you say? How do you confidently speak about your business? So we touch on the entrepreneurial stuff. We touch on the softer skills, like I said, the communication, teamwork. We touch on the public speaking and the building of the confidence. So it's really it's a wholesome program, I would say.
So at the end of the day, persons who participate in the program really come out well equipped to really start off the business.
Definitely.
Yeah, I wanna push you really right back to finance. I think you mentioned this is one of the challenges that a lot of entrepreneurs really express when starting off a business. So, what are the main barriers young entrepreneurs face when trying to access finance and funding? And how does the Youth Business Trust facilitate access to finance for youth-led startups?
Okay, so one of the main barriers to accessing financing is for persons outside of the program not having a business plan.
Yeah.
So you have a business idea, you want to get some money, but you don't have a written document. And for a lot of young people in particular, there's a mental block to a business plan. They think that is some super sophisticated document
Yeah.
that they have to pay a big money, in local terms, to have it get done. And then there's the issue, like I said, of the collateral. How do you um, who is going to do you have a land paper, or is someone going to co-sign a loan for you? And just from me listening to people, the co-signing thing seems to be a
Yeah,
dying
uh-huh.
last of a dying breed. You don't find much people co-signing
Nope.
loans for anybody anymore. So these are some of the challenges that they face. And once again, that's where we step in with the loan guarantee facility access in the finance, but also the business plan consultation. So we tell our entrepreneurs all the time, we do not write business plans for anybody, but we have the templates, we have the guides, and we support you in you writing your business plan. And when you write it, it's 10 times better for you because you have a deeper understanding of what the business is about,
Mhm.
what the business needs. And when you go to a financial institution and you speak to a loans officer, you're not stumped and trying to tell them, well, check that page for that answer. You have an in-depth
Yeah.
knowledge of what it is
You know what you're
that
talking
you're
about.
presenting
Yeah.
because you did it. So yeah, those are some of the challenges, and those are some of the ways that as an organization we support in making it a little bit easier for the entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs in particular. And for us, young is between the ages of 18 to 35. Just have to reiterate that.
Okay, definitely. And I know we did touch for a second on social impact and sustainability. So how does the Youth Business Trust encourages young entrepreneurs to integrate social impact and sustainability into their business module?
Okay, I'm happy that you asked that question. Just last year, we would have wrapped up a program, an EU-funded project called the Social Enterprise Incubator Program, whereby we had a specific training program geared towards the development of social enterprises.
Yeah.
Relatively new term, but what that is really you have an entrepreneur, but there's also some social mission that encompasses part of the ethos or the foundation of their business. So we were able to do about 3 cohorts over a 3 year period, over a 2 year period, and train just about 20 entrepreneurs. And some of their social missions were environmental matters. So I mean, you involved in environment and climate activism, so you must be aware of Christiana Paul and We Planet.
Yes.
So those were she was one of the entrepreneurs who participated in the social enterprise incubator and was really able to strengthen the social mission and go through that training program. And I mean, we can obviously see the successes that have followed thereafter.
Definitely,
and
yeah.
what she has been able to do in that space. We also have Mrs. Joy Wati, who is just a few streets down from here, of Joyful Designs Plus. And so she owns a sewing business, but she also trains, young women in terms of sewing. And also she sews school uniforms and give back to students. And so that's part of her social mission. So I mean, we've seen quite a few success stories from that. And we were very happy to be able to bring that type of entrepreneurship to Dominica. And we've seen the benefit of it, because some of these societal problems are not just for people to put their hands up and say government has to do this, but there's a little part that each of us can play. And that is how that's really what social entrepreneurship is.
Of course. And I mean, I too am passionate about that area, and I tend to really touch on that area a bit often. Hence, I always make a disclaimer that at this point I may sound like a broken record. But these success story that you share, we of course we know the importance of success story, especially for DYBT. If we're looking at the impact and the numbers that you guys continue to reach right here in Dominica. So, what are some of the best practices that emerging entrepreneurs can learn from these success stories?
Okay, some of the success stories. I think the entrepreneurs need not be afraid to push themselves, and push themselves beyond the point of comfort. Because too many times, it's a thing with us. We don't want to come on the radio because we're shy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see that camera there because you don't want people to see you. So, you need to push yourself beyond the point of comfort and be able to get out there and speak about your business, speak about what it is that you do. More people need to be out there and take advantage of social media, what they have, and post and share content and build presence, and that is something that a lot of these entrepreneurs have been able to do. The record keeping part is also very important. You need to ensure that you are, taking your records, formalize your business structure. I think people feel different when they formalize their business structure and they have their business name, or their company, or they're operating as a non-profit organization. That formality, and it really does open doors in terms of types of work that you're able to attain and so forth. And just the professionalism, the level of professionalism that you're able to display. So I guess those would be just a few of those best practices.
And of course, this of course plays an important role. And I too want to say that we always encourage persons out there to really embrace the idea of economic empowerment. No matter what part you play, it will contribute to the development and enhancement of society and the country's economy. But I really want to, as we're drawing down to our last couple of minutes, I really want to really push forward in terms of the future. Let's talk about the future. But before that, in what ways does the DYBT empower young people to become active participants in shaping their economic futures?
Well, I think that's the main purpose of the training program, to be active in it, and take you from just having an idea in your head to becoming a business owner, whereby in the future you can not only provide employment for yourself, but you can employ other people. You can expand So then you start utilizing different services, but that's it. To take you from having an idea to being able to be in a business and to be able to hopefully get to the point of, employing other persons and creating employment.
And I couldn't agree more in terms of that part. I mean, the entire going, it's the domino effect, sort of, whereas persons will be able to empower other young persons by employing them, thereby reducing the issue of youth unemployment. But in terms of future plans and opportunities, from DYBT's perspective, um, what are the Youth Business Trust future plans for expanding its support to young entrepreneurs in Dominica? And I have a second point for that, but I'll let you address that.
Okay. Well, in terms of our plans for expansion, we really want to do more in terms of, highlighting and using our platform to promote our entrepreneurs, similar to what you're doing with this very program. Um, we just want to continue being able to provide that support, and like I mentioned, keeping the programs current. That is something that I cannot stress on enough. Keeping the program current and ensuring that it is a reflection of both what young people need and a bit of what they want as well.
Yeah.
And how do we put our entrepreneurs in a position that is of advantage to an existing business owner by them being able to do certain things and be more creative, etc. So yeah, I would say the future is bright for us. We celebrating 20 years this year, and we hope to be celebrating 20 more in soon time.
And of course, happy anniversary to DYBT, one time while we're at it. And of course, this is the juiciest question that I believe that a number of entrepreneurs or young persons listening right now and viewing on the Facebook Live would really want to hear. Are there any upcoming opportunities or initiatives that aspiring young entrepreneurs should be aware of?
Well, for us, we are actually starting the Small Business Assistance Facility Training Program. We are actually running a cohort next week from the 18th to the 20th. However, application period has closed. Yeah. So what I would say, if you are listening and you are interested, the first thing I would tell you is to follow our social media pages so you can keep aware with what it is that we are doing and when these programs become available. And actually, just to say that, more and more you find people wanting to get into entrepreneurship. I mean, our last two programs, the registration, the number of persons registering has been incredible. We had 60 and 40. So it shows that, the young people, they see opportunities in the country and they want to take advantage of, institutions like us that can support them in the development of their business.
And of course, for young people, I mean, the sky is the limit. And
That's
Dominica, of course, possesses many, many areas in which one can really head into. For example, we see a lot of entrepreneurs here in Dominica focuses on natural products. And of course, that's it important. I mean, we're the nature isle of the Caribbean. And of course, we're also heading towards becoming the world's first climate resilient country. And of course, all these things are very important. So we seem to be running short on one last minute before we close our program. And I'm going to allow you to really, give some, first, pose the question towards you. We always allow guests to really provide some sort of advice to listening young persons who may have an idea of starting up a business or, start and say, hey, what do I do next? Or where do I begin? Or, I have no idea basically about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So what would be your words of advice?
My words of advice is simple. Come to our office. We're located at 42 Kennedy Avenue. And, we are here to support young entrepreneurs. So if you want to hear more words of advice, you can come to our office. But just before we wrap up, I just really want to express gratitude for the invitation to be on this program. Um, expressing gratitude is a big thing for me. I have to thank the members of my team. All the work that I've mentioned and everything we've done, we're a very small team. We're just about five of us in the office. So I want to thank Mrs. Laron, Mr. Gibbons, Mr. Augustine, for the hard work and dedication and commitment, and also to express gratitude to the government of Dominica, because they are a major part of the sustainability and the longevity of this program, and we would not be here today if it wasn't for government of Dominica, the Ministry of Youth, our minister, Honorable Oscar George, and Honorable Greta Roberts, who are always in our corner, backing us up and providing the support and guidance we need to move forward. So the gratitude is important.
And of course, I too want to really lend my voice to you and really, commend you guys and every single person's the government who plays a very important role in terms of the policy perspective and really providing these sort of avenues for young persons and really focusing on the economic empowerment of young persons every single year. And of course, DYBT continues to inspire and motivate a lot of us young persons out there in terms of, reaching out to other young persons, say, hey, you have a business idea, why not visit DYBT? And of course, if you're looking to really access these services and programs that DYBT offers, can re-emphasize how can persons reach the office and the location of the office. I know you guys are available on social media.
Oh yeah, definitely. Social media. We are on Facebook, Dominic U Business Trust. We are on Instagram. So if walking in town in the hot sun is not necessarily your thing, feel free to reach out to us on these social media platforms. We do respond to our messages. If you want to be more formal and send an email, you can send it to Dominic U Business Trust at gmail.com or dybt.gov.dm. And yeah, you can reach us at our office. We're located at the former Jay's building, just upstairs of the National Youth Council office. So that is the top floor of that building on 42 Kennedy Avenue. That's right next to the public library right now.
And of course, those of our entrepreneurs listening up there, young persons, this is the place to go, the one-stop shop for all your entrepreneurial needs right here at DYBT. And of course, this has been another episode of the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz program. Of course, we just want to say a huge thank you to Mr. Rolle for deciding to, accepting the invitation to be right here and really allowing our entrepreneurs and the wider public to really, get to know and understand some of the programs that DYBT continues to offer to entrepreneurs. And of course, we look forward to really continuing to keep our listeners and young people, updated as to the progress DYBT continues to make right here in Dominica.
Yep.
Yes. And of course, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, we do look forward to having you guys back it's Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. And of course, we have another guest. I'm just going to give you a hint. It's Pepper, and we're going all the way to Woodford Hill. And of course, feel free to tune in and log on to our Facebook page. That's Q95 FM, and that's on radio as well, Q95FM radio.com. And of course, thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to having you back right here with us on Thursday. Don't forget, the NISBB program was brought to you compliments Archipelago Trading Agents for Beacon Insurance Limited.
Living in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Only on Q95, the big station.